And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
Welcome to the Joe Biden presidency, where Joseph Biden has been installed as president and he cannot hold a coherent sentence together or even a phrase, obviously not a paragraph. Democrats are absolutely super paranoid to let him speak without a teleprompter, where now the president of the United States is now being cut off of live TV out of fear that he might just make some viral content for people to talk about. This is just getting ridiculous. This is getting embarrassing. This is getting really sad. Obviously, we have some announcements to make in regards to the Tatum Report YouTube channel. Welcome to Drew Hernandez Live. Hopefully one of your favorite podcast hosts here on YouTube. If you guys can do me a huge favor and share this video far and wide wherever you can post a link, whether it's on your Parler or your Gab, you guys are the hands and feet. Tatum Report Army, Tatum Report family. This is how we beat the censors. Share these links far and wide wherever you can. If you can do me a huge favor, smash that like button, destroy that like button. Let the algorithm know you want to continue to see videos just like this. Also, drop a comment in the comment section below. Wherever you're tuning in from, your city, your state, your country, we want to see where you guys are tuning in from. You are the Tatum Report family, and also we do super chats at the end of every single show. So if you guys would like to support us, you guys can drop a super chat right now, in the middle, or at the very end of the show, and we will get to that at the end of the show. So here we go. So we are going to get into what happened with our channel. Obviously, we've put out that the Tatum Report YouTube channel has been suspended for 7 days. Because the YouTube overlords have decided to go after a specific video on the Tatum Report channel. Now, if you guys aren't aware, especially for those that are on my channel that may not be fully aware with, who Brandon Tatum is and what he does, there's the Officer Tatum. That's his channel, where he obviously has more than, I think, 1.43 million subscribers, right? And there's the Tatum Report channel that is completely separate, okay? So the Tatum Report channel was hit and got a 7-day suspension where we cannot post until, I believe, next Wednesday. But they also attempted to go after Brandon's channel as well. And they were going to give him a strike, but they kind of pulled back and they revoked it and reduced it to a warning. So that was possibly going to happen to Brandon's channel as well, but they didn't revoke the strike on the Tatum Report channel. So what exactly went on? I want to give you guys some context as to just exactly why this happened and how this took place. Obviously, if you're doing things that YouTube doesn't like, they are going to begin to come after you. So if we can get this up, here's some context. I'm going to give you guys some context, starting with Brandon's channel. I don't know if you guys saw this. This was reported widely this morning. Gateway Pundit: YouTube deletes all copies of President Trump's CPAC speech, suspends RSBN for 2 weeks. So RSBN, all kinds of news publications got hit. YouTube was deleting copies of his speech for obvious reasons, because Donald Trump was mentioning election, that which shall not or cannot be named, on YouTube. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. We got to be very careful when we talk about these things, because they obviously will take you down. Obviously, in Trump's CPAC speech, he was mentioning these things. It was very clear. YouTube took down videos from mainstream outlets, including the UK Independent, which had over 1 million views, as well as Fox, Fox Business, ABC News, and the UK Sun. A search of YouTube that earlier this week showed several channels with archived live streams, including Brandon's, of the speech. Now shows all archived live streams have been taken down. So to give you guys some context, if we can pull out of this, we believe, I'm under the belief that they went after Brandon's channel. We were told this morning from YouTube that the Officer Tatum, his live stream that he did of Donald Trump live at CPAC, for obvious reasons, that's what I just read you guys as well, was taken down because Trump was speaking about certain things that which shall not be named, but there's some more nuance to it. That is why that video got stricken and taken down, and they were going to give Brandon a strike, I believe, but they revoked it. Now, what's interesting about this is the Tatum Report channel didn't have these speeches up. The Tatum Report channel got a strike, a 7-day suspension for a video of Donald Trump remembering Rush Limbaugh and missing the presidency. I believe this was on Newsmax. It was an edit that was put up on the channel, and Trump, I believe, was talking about election, that which shall not be named. So obviously YouTube is, I believe they went after Brandon first, and they probably went over to, obviously, the Tatum Report YouTube channel is Brandon's brand, his business, and they were probably looking for anything and anything that they could take down in relation to CPAC and Trump's comments. We all know what he's talking about. We all know what I'm talking about, that which shall not be named according to the 2020 election. So this is why the Tatum Report channel has been suspended for 7 days because of this video. And what I wanted to mention, how I said there are nuances, not only to the content itself and what Trump said in the speech being put up, but they also told us that these videos, and I quote from YouTube, these videos crossed the line on YouTube's policies pertaining to election-related misinformation. I'm quoting YouTube here. And do not contain sufficient EDSA context. They said, note that this content would be permitted if it included sufficient context with countervailing views. Now, what does countervailing mean? It's an offsetting an effect by countering it with something of equal force. Basically just challenging or debating the task or the narrative at hand. So if you were going to play what Trump said in his speech in regards to election, that which shall not be named, but you're sitting there debunking it, calling it a fraud, calling it dangerous, saying that this is going to, really cause some more danger in the public. You're going against, you're countering it. YouTube says that if it's a countervailing view, that they might actually leave it up. If you were actually in opposition, you were offering an unbiased opinion. I think that's what they're trying to say. But we all know if you come out and you talk about it in any way, shape, or form, they're going to strike you, they're going to destroy you, they're going to take you down. So obviously, Brandon, I think I could safely say, I think you guys know Brandon's views in relation to the 2020 election, and you just do the math for yourself. Especially if you saw Brandon's live stream, if Brandon's watching what Trump said in CPAC, he's going to be in agreement with it. I'll just leave it at that, okay? And YouTube doesn't like that stuff, but like I said, the Tatum report, now, like I said, Brandon's channel, they revoked it. He's not suspended for 7 days, but the Tatum report channel is suspended for 7 days because of a video that we put up of Donald Trump remembering Rush Limbaugh. It was a cut-up interview, and in the interview, supposedly Trump did talk about election, that which shall not be named. So we apologize for those of you that are fans, viewers on the Tatum Report YouTube channel. I think, at least for myself, I will be live streaming on my channel at least until next Wednesday to keep this show going, to keep my voice going so we can stay on top of the news, we can stay on top of what's taking place in our culture, in our society, and in our country. This stuff, we've talked about this stuff before. We've talked about internet suppression. We've talked about internet censorship. We've talked about all this stuff in the past. This is why it's important to support independent alternative media. This is why we emphasize, guys, support us, whether it's through a super chat or whether it's through donating directly to the TatumReport.com. We are not a tech overlord. We are not big tech. Okay, we don't have $1 million budgets like YouTube, like Fox News, like CNN. We are run by the people, okay? We the people. That's you the people, all right? Independent alternative media. If you guys would like to support us during a time like this, obviously when we get a 7-day suspension, now is the time because we are attempting to re-strategize, having meetings about how we can go about things differently. So we appreciate your guys' patience. We appreciate you guys' support. Please stay with us. Do not leave us. Now is not the time to walk away from important voices that matter. Thank you guys for all of your support, and we truly, truly, truly do appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. So let's continue with our scheduled programming that I wanted to talk about tonight, okay? Joe Biden. I don't think anybody's a stranger to Joe Biden's cognitive decline. He had a meeting a day ago with a bunch of, big-name DNC Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, just talking about what they want to do, X, Y, and Z, coronavirus, the list goes on, right? Just pandering and continuing their elitism as if they are lords of everyone and you're just the peon. So Joe Biden, towards the end, actually was on live TV. This was on TV as well, and the White House briefing, the White House stream was streaming this as well. And towards the end, Joe Biden is saying thank you. He's saying thank you. He's saying thank you. His closing remarks, and you do hear him slurring his words as he continues to speak. But interestingly, Joe Biden comes out and says, "Okay, Nancy, whatever I got to do, if you want me to take questions, I'll take questions." And is this weird, awkward silence. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because Biden is on a cognitive decline, he went off of script, or he was about to actually take questions unscripted, and his handlers were just not going to allow it. So they literally cut him off on live TV. And I didn't believe that this was real until I started actually looking at this stuff. I'm like, OMG. This is the president, installed president. Take a look. Here's that clip. From two angles, I got it for you guys.
Thank you. And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
So that's the White House.
Thank you. And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
There it is, CNBC live. Cut Joe Biden. I mean, I don't know, man. What do you guys think in the comment section below? Do you guys think that his handlers we're just not having it? We are not going to let this guy take unscripted questions? Or do you think because of Joe Biden's cognitive decline, he just went off script and has no idea what's going on and what's coming next? What do you guys think in the comment section? Is it either A, his handlers were not going to let him answer questions unscripted, or do you think it's B, Joe Biden went off script because of his cognitive decline and he doesn't even know what planet he is on any longer, or he doesn't even know what year it is at this point? What do you guys think? Is it A or is it B? I don't know. I think it might be both. I don't know. I think it might be C, all of the above, okay? I might be the guy that says, you know what? I think you might want to put C in there because I think it's kind of all of them. I think Joe Biden's handlers do not want him answering questions because it's going to be a train wreck. But I also think that Joe Biden is on a clear cognitive decline and he probably completely went off script and they had to cut it. They had to cut the feed. So, it's just like, he's obviously not all there. Joe Biden is obviously not all there. I'll put it to you this way. If it's A, okay? If it's A, all right? If Joe Biden's cognitive decline is causing him to go off script, he's slurring his words, he can't really get a statement or a sentence, more than 3 sentences out without slurring or without stumbling over his words. And to make matters worse, I've been saying this for the past week, guys, he's getting worse. He's getting worse. I think Joe Biden clearly went off script. He needs someone. Notice how he instantly goes, he instantly, it's like a puppet. He instantly, Nancy, whatever you need me to do, he is at the point, it's like an elderly citizen, right? My grandmother is like this. She cannot live by herself anymore. My grandmother is about to be declared legally, I'll put it this way. My grandmother is about to be legally declared mentally incapable to take care of herself and to take care of herself medically and even her finances, okay? When a human being, and because she's elderly. So now my mom and my parents, her kids have to take care of her on a daily basis. Okay? Because it's like you become a baby all over again. And you need someone to lead you, to guide you, to take care of you, to do things for you. This is a part of life. When you're a baby, you're raised because of the same very reasons. And when you get elderly, you have to be taken care of for the very same reasons. Does that make sense? So the reason why I say this is notice how Joe Biden instantly, Nancy, whatever I need to do, he instantly has to go to someone that's going to tell him what to do next. And I think we're starting to see, I'm telling you guys, every single day, Joe Biden's cognitive decline is getting worse and worse and worse. He constantly has to turn to his handlers and ask them, what do I do next? What is next? What do I say next? Do I have to answer questions? What's next? But I think he is completely going off script. And I think you saw Nancy Pelosi in the screen on the clip kind of laughing and chuckling because these Democrats just laugh at this man. They know he's having a clear cognitive decline. They know that this is an elderly man that is not even half of what he once was mentally 20, 30, 40 years ago. They know this. So they just laugh at it. It's a joke to them. It's a circus to them when they see an elderly man struggling to be mentally capable to do the job that he was apparently elected to do. Something as serious as the presidency, and they laugh at him. I think it's very clear that Joe Biden's cognitive decline is abundantly clear, and I'm just going to go to point A and say, I think he was going off script. Now, I also think point B is valid because point B, if Biden was trying to go off the cuff, right? If Biden was just trying to, just completely go off the cuff, I'm the president, executive action in the moment. You know what? I'm going to take some questions. Let's take some questions, okay? What if that scenario was happening in this clip? And then he got cut? Either way, this looks bad, bro. Either way, this looks bad. If his cognitive decline is causing him to go off script, or if Joe Biden was legitimately trying to answer questions and his handlers cut the feed Is it out of fear? Because they know it'll be a freaking train wreck? Or because, pampered Biden is not ready or prepared to take questions that are unscripted because A, he has no idea what he's going to be talking about, and B, he's going to butcher every word that comes out of his mouth. And the world is going to see it. And the world is going to know it. The public is going to continue to see that their president, their champion, more than 80 million people voted for, the one that defeated Orange Man bad, they cannot see their champion seen like this. A clown stumbling over his words. They can't see that. Cut the feed. Cut the feed. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. All the optics have to be there. Propaganda, in my opinion. It's either A, it's either B, or it's either C, all the above. I go with C. I think it's both. I think it's both. That's my opinion on this. I think it's both. Speaking of the world watching, we got to talk about this too. This is another great point. Speaking of the world watching, okay, when you're a world leader, all right, when you're a senator, let's take it down to the federal level. When you're a senator or a congressman, or when you're, running for something locally in your state, right? People view what you're doing and what you're saying as a determination. They measure you, your strength and your intellect, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, the way you deal with situations. People are judging you, and they'll judge your strength, whether you're a leader of good character that has some serious strength to you. Now, think about that on a world stage, okay? The presidency goes beyond your local federal government, right? Not just Americans are watching and judging your strength, but the president of the United States is judged globally, okay? You have the enemies of the USA that are watching what this president is literally doing, and they see weakness. If I'm North Korea, if I'm Iran, all right, if I'm Russia, I'm watching Joe Biden's cognitive decline, and I am seeing an opportunity to do something to the United States that I couldn't get away with Donald Trump. I see a weak president that's being taken advantage of, that is clearly not mentally all there at this point. And this is the opportune time for America's enemies to really do something. This is how we should be thinking. Nonpartisanly, we should be thinking not left, not right. Is this president seriously a threat to national security? Like, is he really the guy? Is he seriously all there to make some decisions to protect the republic? Seriously, after watching this footage, come on, dude. This isn't a joke anymore. This is serious stuff. Anyways, Sean Hannity was talking about this on Fox News with former Secretary Mike Pompeo, and he made some valid points. Secretary Mike Pompeo, whatever you think about him, everyone has their own opinions. You may love him, you may hate him, but what I do know is that Secretary Mike Pompeo has done a job that requires understanding how the world works and views United States presidents. And so I think this is something we do need to take seriously. And I think if Democrats, acting secretaries themselves, would be honest that what this man is saying is absolutely valid. Take a look at this clip.
Thank you.
Do foreign leaders, like hostile actors like Putin, hostile regimes in Russia, hostile regimes in Iran, China, North Korea, mullahs in Iran, President Xi, Kim Jong-un, are these people that study the U.S. president looking for potential weakness? Is there a possible vulnerability here, or am I way off track?
Sean, world leaders and my counterparts all across the world are watching very closely. Senior leadership all across the world, they watch every statement that is made, they watch every move, they see what their patterns are like, the kinds of behaviors they exhibit when times are tough and when the pressure is really on. And so you remember, President Trump would be out there. He talked to the media all the time, probably more than any modern president. He was out engaging with the media on a broad range of topics, wide open. He'd take questions from just about everyone. When a leader can't do that, when they can't take questions, when they can't explain the policies that they're engaged in, when they seem to be hiding behind whether that's staff or just the fact that they don't have time, leaders watch that, they wonder, and you'll see. You'll see when the United States exhibits weakness, it creates real risk for our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines all across the world. Weakness begets wars, and strength determines whether an adversary is going to be deterred, and it also determines whether our allies really want to toss in with us when times get most difficult.
And these are great and valid points that us as Americans should really be considering in regards to Joe Biden and his cognitive decline. This is a weakness that foreign enemies are seeing, and they're going to wait for the opportune time to exploit. And what this does is it puts you as the American in a very, very vulnerable place. Because if I'm Russia, if I'm North Korea, if I'm the Iranians, and I'm watching, you heard the former Secretary of State himself. These enemies, they watch these news conferences. They study these leaders. They are studying Joe Biden's cognitive decline. They are seeing the truth for what it is, that he's not all mentally capable there. He's at least not who he used to be. That strength, that intellectual ability to go back and forth, as a senator that Joe Biden once had is not there. And this is a serious, in my personal opinion, I think this is a national security issue. Because if this president isn't mentally competent because he's on a decline, because he's elderly, and his mind is just not where it once was, I think that is something we seriously have to talk about. Because this could put our country in a very, very vulnerable position, which we already are. And I think Americans, whether left or right, should be seriously considering these things and thinking about these things. You should have been thinking about this before you voted. Is this seriously your champion? Is this seriously your commander-in-chief? I'm talking to the left right now. I'm talking to Democrats right now. I'm talking to the 2021 versions of liberal right now. This is your champion? Because I'll tell you one thing, North Korea, Russia, the Iranians, they look at Joe Biden and they laugh. You want to know why they laugh? Because they see weakness. When they see a man that cannot get through a sentence successfully, they know that this is a man that cannot navigate the world as the leader of the free world successfully. If he can't navigate through a sentence, they know there is no way that this man can navigate with foreign policy and, national security threats to protect this country. You have to at least understand this. This isn't a conservative talking point I'm giving you. This is serious stuff. This is life. This is reality. This is who Joe Biden is. Do you feel safe with a president that can't get through a sentence? Do you feel safe in this country knowing that the Oval Office is occupied by a man that cannot get through a sentence? Do you feel safe at night when you know that the Oval Office is occupied by a man that is obviously on a cognitive decline? Every video that comes out, he cannot speak without a teleprompter. He's being hung out to dry. It's very easy to observe. His strength is not what it once was. This is weakness. This should concern us. This should be a huge concern to us as Americans, whether left or whether right. And what I want to know from the left right now is, how is it that you view someone like Joe Biden as your president, as strength, as a symbol of strength and not weakness? How is it that you view this elderly man that is, in my opinion, this is brutal to watch, very sad to watch? Because I know that foreign countries are watching this and they are seeing an opportunity to exploit us. Because he is not ready. He is not strong. He is not capable to do this. And it's clear. It's clear. This is why people are taking a look at Joe Biden. They're observing his cognitive decline. And I think some people, when they're honest with themselves, especially in the administration, they'll say, we got a problem here. Houston, we got a problem here. Why? Because this is a serious office that Joe Biden has apparently won. But, and I know, who knows, maybe this was the plan the whole time. Because I don't see Joe Biden going 4 more years. I definitely don't see Joe Biden going 8 years. And I know maybe the plan was this. Maybe Joe Biden is just going to, go as far as he can, and somewhere down the line, they're going to, pull out the amendment to say that he's mentally incompetent, and they're just going to usher in Kamala Harris to be the Lord and Savior of the Democrat Party, the first female black president of the USA, and just maybe that was the plan all along. I don't know. But all I do know is that Joe Biden is clearly a puppet. Clearly a puppet. He does what he is told. He doesn't challenge. He submits to whatever is being put in front of him because he was the globalist, the elitist puppet that the Democrats needed. They needed someone that was not going to challenge anything. They needed someone that was going to do what they were told and that wouldn't even question it. And that is who Joe Biden is. And to make matters even worse, okay? It's one thing if you're young and you're freaking Pete Buttigieg or what's the other grifter from Texas? The guy that claims to be Hispanic and all these Democrat grifters, right? I just totally forgot his name. Oh man, someone let me know in the comment sections below. Totally, his name he's from Texas, right? He just totally left my name. I forgot his name. No. I'll remember it. He's the grifter from Texas that challenged Ted Cruz. All these guys, it's one thing if you're young like that, right? It's one thing if you're young and, you're going to do what you're told in the Democrat Party. You're not going to question anything. You're not going to challenge anything. You're just going to do, Beto, there it is, Beto. Thank you, Beto. I just totally left my mind. I think it's because we haven't heard from Beto in a while, right? Beto, yes. These young people, it's one thing if you're Beto. It's one thing if you're Buttigieg. It's one thing if you're Andrew Yang. It's one thing if you're like this young Democrat that's just trying to make a name for themselves and you're trying to come up in the Democrat Party and the globalist elites exist and, communist CCP is right there and you got to do as you're told. And, it's one thing if you're that, but it's another thing if you're just this senile old man that doesn't even know what's going on anymore. Like Joe Biden was the perfect candidate for these people. The perfect candidate. Because he's not going to say anything. He's not going to challenge anybody. I think when Joe Biden wakes up every single day of his life, he's not thinking about changing the world. Come on, bro, really? Joe Biden doesn't wake up every day thinking about making America better, right? Joe Biden doesn't care. Joe Biden probably wakes up every day thinking, how am I going to get to the end of today to go to sleep? Because that's what happens when you get older, okay? When you're elderly, that your whole mindset begins to change. Like, if anyone has ever had an elderly relative and you've seen their cognitive decline, you know what I'm talking about. We are watching this. We are watching Joe Biden and his elderly decline while he's in the presidency. And the mainstream media is trying to tell us and show us and propagate to us that it's not happening. Dude, it's happening. And this should be a concern, a huge concern. Because America's enemies are watching and they're going to wait for the opportune time to pull that trigger and exploit us. And at the same time, it should seriously concern you because how could you sit here and believe that Joe Biden is this champion and strong man that defeated Donald Trump? And sit there and actually agree with something like that? I don't know. I agree with former Secretary Mike Pompeo. I totally agree. That's how I view the world. How are our enemies viewing us? You're going to sit here and tell me like this is not a conservative talking point. This is not a Republican talking point. This is me just being honest with you. How does the world view us? They view weakness. If I can sit here and watch Joe Biden's cognitive decline and determine myself, this guy is weak. He's losing it mentally. He's on a decline clear. If I could sit here and watch this and the administration is obviously freaking out, cutting him off of live TV, not allowing him to answer questions live and unscripted, and I could clearly determine that Joe Biden cannot speak without a teleprompter. If I could see these things, what do you think Russia sees? What do you think North Korea and Iran sees? What do you think America's enemies are thinking and seeing right now and contemplating? Wake up. It matters that there's strength in the White House. It matters that there's strength in the White House. And right now, we don't have strength in the White House. And it should concern us as Americans, whether left or right, because this is definitely an issue of security for us as Americans. If you guys agree with anything I'm saying, drop a 1 in the comment section below. Drop a 1 in the comment section below. If you agree with what I'm saying, if you think that us as Americans need strength in the White House and not weakness in the White House because of the way that the world is. The world is a very violent place, okay? I know that leftists and liberals and kids that are coming out of universities, they live in la la land because their parents are paying thousands of dollars for them to live this, college lifestyle. They don't even know what it is to live on their own, and they live in this false reality where these university professors are just pitching them and feeding them all this communist propaganda, convincing them that this utopia is real and this false reality just gets built in their mind. I understand, but listen, kid, the world is violent. The world is evil. There are enemies out there that view this kind of stuff and they see an opportunity to take us down. That is how the world works. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter, the world, toxic masculinity is so scary. That doesn't matter. You think North Korea? You think China? You think the Iranians are sitting there caring about what you think about toxic masculinity? Holy crap. If you think that just because you believe that the world is somehow submitting to your little version of reality, you need to wake the hell up, because that is not how the world works. There are very violent men and women out in the world that view America as an enemy. That's why in Iran, they have protests, they have chants, and what do they chant? Death to America, death to America. Why do you think they do that? You think they're doing that because they just want to protest? They mean what they say, bro. This is how the world is. This is why it matters that we have strength in the White House and not cognitive decline weakness in the White House like Joe Biden. If you guys agree with what I'm saying, smash that like button below. If you guys agree with what I'm saying, smash that like button below. Alrighty, guys. I just wanted to talk about this with you guys tonight. I think we have some super chats just to bring some clarification. Yes, just to bring some clarification, because I know in the chat earlier, I think people were confused as to what happened. Like I said, Brandon Tatum's channel is not suspended. There's two channels, Brandon, the Officer Tatum, and there's the Tatum Report. They're two separate channels. They went after Brandon's channel. They tried to strike it, but they revoked it. Okay, so Brandon's channel is okay. But the Tatum Report channel did get a strike. So we're suspended for 7 days. That is why I am live on my channel as of right now. So let's do some super chats. Russ, we salute you. Russ, thank you for the $5 super chat. Russ says, Drew, help me know how to support without giving 30% to YouTube. I'm glad you asked, Russ. Russ, you can go to thetatumreport.com. The link is in the description below, and you can donate directly to thetatumreport.com. That is how you can support us without having to give 30% to YouTube. You can donate directly to thetatumreport.com. pompeo.com right now. The link is in the description below. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We have another super chat from Catherine Martinez. Thank you, Catherine. We salute you. The $25 super chat. Catherine says, thanks for all you do. No, Catherine, thank you. Thank you for the provision. Thank you for helping us. Thank you for supporting us, especially during times like these, guys. When an organization that is independent, alternative media starts getting hit like this is when we seriously have to come together. This is when we seriously have to support each other, because this is how they take us down. This is how they silence voices. Okay? We have to come together and hold each other up when these things take place. So we appreciate all your support. Like I said, we are independent alternative media. You can donate through Super Chat, or you can donate directly to the TatumReport.com. Yes, the overlords have stricken again. They've done it again. They've done it again. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. We'll wait a couple more minutes for you guys. If you guys want to leave a super chat, anything you guys would like to say, ask. I like to do Q&As at the end of every single show. So like I said, this is how you guys support me and support my show. Like I said, I'm independent. We cut this thing up. We, pre-produce it, host it, post, edit it, and all that good stuff. And we totally appreciate you guys' support, especially here at the Tatum Report. I'm glad I have my channel to still be able to speak, because they've suspended us for 7 days. For 7 days.
Somebody said earlier they would rather have voted for your grandma than Joe Biden.
Oh, my grandma. Someone said they would have rather voted for my grandma. No, you see, but that's the thing, dude. I would not let my grandma be hung out to dry like that. I love my grandma. I would never want my grandma to be put in a position where she's just being taken advantage of and being hung out to dry. I could never sit there. That's why I always say shame on Joe Biden, dude. How could you do that? It's terrible. I could never do something like that. And this is what they are literally doing to this man. And like I said, I don't feel sorry for him, because I know Joe Biden is a CCP globalist piece of trash. So it's just kind of like, all right, man, I'm just going to sit here and point it out so people know what's going on. So, yeah.
Somebody said it was their birthday today.
Yeah, so thank you guys, man. We truly appreciate it. Thank you guys for the support, especially when the channel gets hit like this. We have some meetings coming up. We're going to work some things out, re-strategize, come back strong when we can. But definitely, yeah, anything election, that which shall not be named, definitely gets a hit. A hit. Wild Ace Cat says, I'll donate to Tatum Report. YouTube won't get my money after all the bull they've done. And that's the thing, man. I might just you make a point. Thank you, Wild DCast. Wild Ace Cat, thank you for donating at the TatumReport.com. We salute you. We salute you. Okay, we have another super chat from Seth. We salute you, Seth Sakala or Kikala. Not sure how to pronounce that. We salute you, Seth. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Seth says, lefties are just weirdos. It's not a debate. I just say, Mr. Potato Head, Dr. Seuss. I mean, but this is welcome to Biden's America, man. Dr. Seuss is racist. Mr. Potato Head. I mean, apparently Hasbro went back on that. That's what I heard. I reported it when it happened, and then a couple days after, Hasbro went back on that. But they're going after the culture because that is where you win the minds of people. You win the minds of people at the culture, at least in America. And this is why I go after cultural things. I know, when I post videos, I'll post a video of me exposing what happened with Mr. Potato Head, or I'll post a video about Blue's Clues, or I'll post a video about Minecraft getting invaded by BLM indoctrination or propaganda. And people in the comments are always like, oh, is this really what you care about? It's like, yeah, because they're going after kids. They're going after kids. This is where the culture war is literally at. So we got to go to it, combat it, debunk it, and redirect it. Because if we just leave it, this stuff gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And before you know it, you're in a communist state where you will be told how to think, how to speak, and how to live. And I don't want to live in a country like that. So I'm going to keep exposing these ridiculous things. Do not touch the children. Do not indoctrinate the children. I will be a voice that preaches to the very day. I will be in heaven with Jesus screaming at planet Earth, don't touch the children. I'm just really passionate, guys. Extremely passionate. I've always been that way. All right, Honeybee, thank you for the super chat. We have a super chat from Honeybee. Thank you, Honeybee, for the super chat. We salute you. Thank you for supporting us. Honeybee says, what do you think about Biden's administration saying the kids in cages are lesser of evils since they are in charge? Now, I think it's clear. It's the same thing. Oh, now they're not kids in cages? They're just kids in caged boxes? That's any better? I got a better one. How about we stop dog whistling to Latin American countries for people to put themselves in positions to get kidnapped, raped, and murdered from cartels? How about we stop doing that and putting these communities in these positions of super dangerous positions for potentially them to be killed, raped, or kidnapped? How about we stop doing that? That's what I say. Yeah, the stuff at the border, kids, I mean, that's been happening since the Clinton administration, especially family separations at the border. But don't you find it interesting? The cages that the Obama administration built, right? The Trump administration used some of those facilities. And then now here in 2021, Biden is president, they start using a facility that Trump was accused of being Adolf Hitler 2.0 for using in 2019. Now Biden uses it in 2021, and it's okay. It's okay. Same facility, but when Trump used it, it was the Third Reich all over again. It was Nazi Germany, the Holocaust. Right? When it's Trump, they're concentration camps. When it's Biden, oh, they're love centers. They do this because they know they can get away with it. They do this because they know they can get away with it. It's easy to call it the double standard. It's easy to call it the hypocrisy, but they do this because they're arrogant and they know they can get away with it because there's nothing that anyone will do. We need immigration reform. I am not anti-immigration. I am anti-illegal immigration, okay? No, I am anti-illegal immigration. I am for legal immigration. Yeah, man. They say they care for these kids. They don't care about these kids. They don't care. Because if they really cared, they would stop dog whistling for these kids to come from these Latin American countries and getting raped on the way here. If you really cared, you'd stop doing that. Period. So... Yep. Debbie Cannett, we have another super chat. We salute you, Debbie Cannett. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie says, hope this helps. Drew, you are on fire tonight. I like it. I hope you liked this video, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much for the super chat. We truly appreciate it. I mean, like I said, I am just very, very passionate in what I do and what I say. I don't do this to create content. I don't do that. Obviously, you know, this is a business and this is what we do, but I do this from the heart because I truly believe in these things, and I truly believe that righteous voices need to continue to be projected in an age of darkness, especially when they're coming after kids and they're coming after the weak and the simple-minded and even the elderly. The Bible says to speak up for those that are voiceless. Speak up for those that cannot speak for themselves. I will always be that voice because that is a mark of godliness. a mark of godliness. I'll always be that person. Even before I was a Christian, man. I don't know. There's just always something in me, you know? Always. Always. I don't know what it is. I always see kids getting bullied at school, and it just, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. I don't know. No one had to teach me that. It was just always a part of me, you know? Like, you'd see the kid at school getting bullied, and it was just in me to just go defend them, pull them out of that. Like, if you have the ability to help someone that's weak, like, you should do it. That has always been a part of me as a little kid. And now that I'm a Christian, I think it's got even worse. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I see some people in the comment sections asking, because I know people are pouring in here saying, did Tatum get suspended? No, Brandon Tatum's channel did not get suspended. It was the Tatum Report. They're two separate things. The Tatum Report YouTube channel is suspended for 7 days, so I will be going live here on this channel for the time being. Still Drew Hernandez live, still repping Tatum Report, still going. So I appreciate it. Yes, the truth definitely matters 100%. It does matter. Yep. I don't know, man. I just think that we're in a place where it is vital to continue to speak out. It is vital to continue to speak the truth, because if you don't, people will just walk all over you. Especially evil. Evil will walk all over you. Evil is the ultimate bully. Evil is the ultimate bully. And all these things that begin to pop up in pop culture and mainstream media and politics, just bullies. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is how I got involved with this stuff, because I just cannot stand watching people get bullied, get put in positions that they shouldn't be put in, because there's someone else that has the political, financial, or physical power to do that to them. And if I have the ability or the strength or the power to do something to help someone that is in that position, I will do it. I just cannot get away from it. I don't know. It's always been a part of me. And maybe, I don't know, dude. Maybe that's why this is effective here on YouTube or on social media. Who knows? But alrighty, guys, thank you guys for the super chats tonight. I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. If you guys can do me a huge favor, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to destroy that like button, smash that like button, let the algorithm know you loved this show. If you could do me a huge favor and subscribe to the channel. If you can do me a huge favor, share this video wherever you can post a link, on Parler, on Gab. And by the way, follow me on my social medias. All the links are in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure to follow me on Gab, follow me on Parler, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, all those good things. The links are in the description below. And like I said, if you could support us, we need your help now, right now, especially when we get attacked like this. Support us at thetatumreport.com. We thank you guys. We are supported by we the people, by the people. That is you the people. So thank you guys very much for being a part of what we have going on. And I will see you guys next week. I will see you guys on Monday. We do this show Monday through Thursday. That's 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be doing this show here on this channel at least until next Wednesday. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy. And like always, guys, always remember, stay free.